Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello, everybody, and welcome into the Auburn Blitz here on this Thursday. We're glad that you joined us wherever it is that you're tuning us in, whether it be on Charter Channel 701 or Channel 80 or YouTube or Facebook. We appreciate it so much. Our program brought to you by Russell Do It Center and Building Supply Stores, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, and Sensa Green. For air that's cool and clean, call on Sensa Green. Yesterday, we were on location. A lot of you tuned into that. I've had a lot of feedback on that, Randy. It was unique, man. We were up for a long time because trying to work in a schedule of a country music star, you kind of got to wait around a little bit. But Riley Green, very, very good to us to be able to allow us to get an interview with him for a few minutes. And down at one of our partners here on the program, that huge basically shopping center now that it's evolved into, all 49, and the development and a great business down there in Backyard Dreams, man. Very, very good crowd. There were thousands of people there yesterday. So we were glad to be part of it. We were front and center there doing our show yesterday. Had a lot of people come up to us and tell us that they listen and watch the show each and every day. So we appreciate all of that. And it was a good event yesterday.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And it's a great venue. It's a much needed venue down on that end of the lake. I hear that a lot. And, you know, our good friend Eric McKinley has just really put himself out there. I'll put it that way. You know, he is taking some risks that all of us would like to think that we've got in us to do. But, you know, the one thing about Eric that I appreciate more than most people I deal with is that Eric's got a lot of confidence in himself, and he'll do some things that may be a little outside of his knowledge base, but he always comes through, and he doesn't do things B-team. You know, and so that's the biggest compliment I can give Eric. If he does something, he's going to try to do it all the way. Tremendous business person. We're very lucky to have him in our community.
We really are.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done you think about what he's done in that area of the county and how much it's developed, and it's because of him. And so we appreciate everything. And again, he allowed us to have an opportunity to be down there. And again, make sure if you're in that area, go check it out, man. The steakhouse, they brought food to us here.
Yeah.
I've never seen a group of buzzards attack food the way they attacked it that day. But again, Prime Steakhouse is open and roaring. Every time I'm down there, man, it's full. And there's a reason for that, because the food is phenomenal down there. There's one good thing about us, Randy. We're partnered with a bunch of places that got some really dang good food, man. I'm talking about even from Pepper Tree to JR's to Prime to, Bunkers. I can keep going, man. It's just you ain't going hungry around here.
Well, you got to watch your waistline. You know,
no doubt.
They'll fill you up, and
no question.
I started up my keto this past week, and then we went to the Auburn event.
Oh.
I looked at my wife about halfway through, and I said, "Well, first off, that drink." And then, and then the food that was out there, I'm gonna forget about the keto tonight.
Yeah.
And then, so I just went on ahead and forgot about it the rest of that week. And then, so we'll have another event, I'm sure, coming up with another sponsor that'll feed us up. But a lot of great people, and we can't thank all of you enough. We hope that if you see ads roll across on any of our outlets, and you're thinking about something in that industry or in that, segment of the business, that you go out there and you patronize those places,
right,
Brett, because they're important to us, and they're important to both of these communities as well, being the Auburn and Opelika community and here in the Lake Martin area.
Yeah, just real quick, they've got another big event going on down there at Stillwater's this weekend, big time, this Friday, 6 to 7:30. They'll have D. White in concert, and then Tyler Braden's going to play from 8 to 10. So, great opportunity to go see some great artists there. There are a few VIP tables left, a very few. Let me mention that. So you can go to Eventbrite online and buy some tickets for our event. It's closed deal. It's not just walk up and, it will sell out. So make sure you go if you're looking for something really, really cool to do on a Friday. This coming up tomorrow down there in Stillwaters. Go check that out. D. White and Tyler Braden, really, really good artists there. Riley Green, was good to see that he's an Auburn fan. And, he said, I thought that was fun that you can go check out the interview. We've got it posted out there now for everybody to watch. We pulled it out of the live feed. But he says a lot about the SEC in all of his songs. He'll sing about Alabama, sing about Georgia, all this. But he did sing in one song that he bleeds orange and blue. And he said he's kind of kept people guessing for a while. He said he's tired of that. He just wears an Auburn hat now. And he said, I used to worry about being in Tuscaloosa and getting booed off stage. So I don't care anymore. He said, I got to manage my career in country music. But he said my grandfather was a Alabama fan, and he said, like a lot of families in this state, we're split. But he said I'm Auburn through and through. So.
Well, have seen him in a lot of Auburn hats recently, and that was great that y'all got to do a little tour of the bus and all the things that are going on with him. He's hot as a firecracker right now. I'll tell you,
he really
is as hot as anybody out there going, and so it's great to have him in our local community. And hey, tip my hat to those that have the foresight enough to bring somebody like him here, and it sounds like a lot more coming up down at Stillwater's area too.
Yeah, I'll say one more thing about all of that. In October, Riley Green will be back for a charity golf tournament at Stillwater. So Eric's got him coming back, and they'll have more information coming out. We'll spread the word on that. My son's already said, hey, I'm going to get a chance to play in that tournament. We're going to get a team up. I'm like, we'll see how it goes. But anyway, there'll be an opportunity there, and I think he's going to perform that night for the sponsors and for the teams that actually enter the tournament. So it's going to be another opportunity there. So a lot of great ththings going on, and we're proud to be part of it. Baseball right now, something that's not going so well is Auburn at the SEC tournament. They're down 3-0 to Texas A&M. Just gave up a 3-run homer as that game moves along. Again, we knew that Texas A&M was we talked about it this morning, Randy, on the show. You and I did for about 20 minutes. Very good team. Don't know why they had a collapse this year. Finished it right at the bottom of the conference, preseason #1 team, but knew they had a loaded team, and they're starting to maybe find themselves a little bit. Had a big win, 9-0 over Mississippi State yesterday, and then they're shutting us out right now in the top of the four.
Well, pitchers. Can you throw anybody up there? And when it gets to these tournament times, and you and I just covered the HSA tournament, and I told you over and over again, you got to have dudes. You got to have somebody that goes up there and can shut teams down to win a lot of these tournament games. And, Texas A&M reminds me a lot of Ole Miss a few years ago, where Ole Miss didn't really right the ship until late in the season, and then they go on the run once they hit playoff time and they win the national championship. So you don't want I'd like for that not to happen this year, but the 14th seed of the SEC is much different than the 14th seed anywhere else. That 14th seed started the season #1 in the country for a reason, because a lot of people that actually do that for a living, keeping up with college baseball, knew that they had the roster and the talent level to be ranked #1 to begin the season. So if you put all that together at some point in time, even though you've had a couple of tough series, like they lost to Missouri a little bit earlier, which was a big-time head-scratcher, but if you cure all those L's and you get things going in the right direction, you're that talented, you could run through the SEC and win that tournament, and then gosh only knows what could happen then.
Catch fire at the right time, like we talked about this morning. Justin Lampkin on the mound today for the Aggies, and he's one of the premier pitchers in the country, and he's one of the main reasons why Texas A&M was preseason ranked #1. Even though his win-loss record isn't very good, his ERA is still 3.52, and I think he had like 93 strikeouts to only 16 walks. Now, the crazy thing is he walked a couple early here in this game for Auburn. Auburn had like a 2-out deal going there in the first inning. Ike Irish got a hit, and then Walt came up, Cooper McMurray Walt, and then he ended up getting out of it. But it looked like, Auburn was going to be able to run his pitch count up and get up. But it looks like he settled back down and knew he was one of the top left-handed pitchers in the conference. And it was going to be a tall task today, even though you can't look at records at this point. In postseason baseball, everybody's in do-or-die situation. Everybody's trying to win that game. And so they're running their best out there today to try to get another win. If Auburn can win this game, you really feel good about an opportunity to get a top 8 national seed, which would put you in a driver's seat for a super regional. Now, of course, you got to win the regional to get to the super regional, but you would want that top 8 seed. If they lose today, I don't think that happens. And, depending on what other teams do around the country, Randy, that are on the verge right there, Auburn may have to win this one and maybe tomorrow against LSU.
Well, we got an uphill battle already, and with a 3-run homer to start things off. But Auburn's got the bats over there.
Need to wake up.
That can put quick runs on the board on one swing. So we'll keep you informed as this hour moves along with the Auburn Blitz and see if we can keep you updated on the score.
Absolutely. I know we're about to be at our first break. I do want to talk some football, a key quarterback target that we talked about this morning on the podcast. No longer on the board for Auburn, and we'll dive into that a little bit more here in the second segment. Also, some fun stuff that we'll talk about here. Some things that you and I and Faith talked about this morning. The over/under win total for teams in the SEC. We'll go through. I went through several with you this morning. I'll go through some more and kind of see what your thoughts are on that. And then I don't know if you caught the last part of the podcast or not, but I brought up another thing that kind of just adds fuel to why Auburn football is kind of like, ugh. You look down and you see, man, that ain't good. And it's our home record in the last 6 years.
I know it. I know it.
It's just, but you think, you hear all this about, it's tough to play in Jordan Hare, blah, 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 and then you look down and the record don't say that anymore. So, all right, we got a lot to talk about here. We're just getting started on the Auburn Blitz. Stay tuned. More to come right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Adams Motorsports of Montgomery knows it's the best time to ride. Right now, get the best deals on all of our Suzuki and Kawasaki street bikes, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and dirt bikes. Adams Motorsports has it all, and our inventory is vast. Get out there, ride the streets and trails, and let Adams Motorsports make your pleasure our business. With family customer service and service after the sale. It's time to ride, so come see us on Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery or online at adamsmotorsports.com.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz here. 45 minutes left on the show today. We appreciate Russell Do It Center and Building Supply Stores. Man, how long have they been with us, man?
Long time. Very successful business in the local area, and a lot of building going on, Brett.
There is a lot of building going on.
You're kind of involved in some of that, and I'm sure that that's keeping them really busy in and around the lake.
Absolutely.
Memorial Day weekend, we'll have.
How fast did that get here, by the way? I kept saying, I was on with Jason yesterday. I said, well, next weekend, Memorial Day. And he said, actually, it's this Monday, bro.
Well, you'll like this because this is about how stupid I am, and you already know that. So I'll just go ahead and clear any questions.
Kind of like Trump asking that guy yesterday.
All right,
like,
so Brett tried to call me a few times yesterday, and I haven't told him this, but I'm going to go ahead and give it to him right now. So I was on my grass cutting circuit, and I own enough property now that if I wanted to, I could wake up on Monday and just work through Friday and just cut grass.
That would be nice
all week.
If you just had that to worry about.
Yeah, but I'd never be able to pay for it. All right,
no,
so
you're right.
So that niceness you just brought up's impossible. So, but I did figure it out yesterday. One thing I was doing was down at the lake, and I put the Sea-Doo in. Well, it didn't crank, and I took that thing and it floated right on out in the middle of the lake.
You and watercraft are just not very.
Well, it's because I'm not very.
I'll never forget the
my
time.
My IQ is not very high, and my intelligence level when it comes to motors and batteries and stuff.
I don't remember when it was, but we were at Bay Pines one year, and you were on a boat, and y'all had floated off from the dock, and we were up on land still, and I forgot we were waiting on somebody else. And you got out there and it wouldn't turn over. And you were like, hey, he's hollering across like, oh, what's going on with this boat? I'm like, well, it just cranked, didn't it? It just cranked. You just pulled up, pulled off, and the kill switch wasn't attached. And it's like, there's a reason that thing's attached. It's a safety feature.
So what I was getting to is I had to jump in the water and swim it over to the, but
the water feels good.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Probably enjoyed it actually.
No, it was. It was. It was.
So you were by yourself with that suit?
No, I wasn't by myself. I'm not putting anything in by myself. That's not a possibility anyway.
You got it back to the dock, I'm assuming.
I swam it over to the dock, but the water wasn't cold was what I was getting to. With all of that story, the point I was making is
it's time.
It's ready, man. It is, and it will be a packed weekend.
Man.
Weather going to be good?
Supposed to be. Okay. It's supposed to be really nice. So we've had a couple nice days here in a row. Yesterday there wasn't a cloud in the sky. Like literally, I'm going to tell you how hot your computer, or how fast your computer overheats. Mm-hmm. We're sitting there under the table. Of course, JJ's like, hey, man, I got to get out of here, so in the last segment, can you help me break his tent down and y'all just finish up right here? I said, yeah, man. So we moved the tent out, and for all of literally 5 minutes, the computer was exposed. The whole thing shut down. He overheated. And, just caught on fire. So, it doesn't take long to go from freeze your rear end off to just burn your skin off in the South. And so, it was beautiful, but it's hot. It's going to be hot. Again, Memorial Day weekend's the unofficial start, or really the official start of summer. We've kind of already unofficially started summer around here. But, yeah, man, it's good to be associated with Russell Do-It Center. We're building supply stores with 9 locations here in Central Alabama. All right, quarterback talk. There's probably not going to take but one quarterback in this class. You got Deuce Knight, Jackson Arnold, and Ashton Daniels. 3 brand new guys in the quarterback room. So, you got to pick the right guy. And you're probably, you want a really solid quarterback, but, are you going after the guy that Georgia just signed? No, you're not. Probably next year Auburn will be in the market for maybe one of the top, 5 quarterbacks in the country. But Auburn had targeted Travis Burgess and Landon Duckworth, and they both were supposed to come in on official visits next weekend. Nobody coming in this weekend, obviously, with the holiday. But next weekend, Auburn's got another star-studded group of visitors. I'll kind of go through some of those names for everybody. But had 2 quarterbacks coming in the same weekend, and that's usually uncommon. Had Derek Cooper and Jay Lamar, the 2 running back prospects Auburn is really high on this past weekend. That's not uncommon. You're going to probably take a couple of running backs in a class, maybe even more than that if it's right. But normally you're only going to take 1 quarterback a lot of times in a class, and you normally don't see them come in on the same weekend. So they had both of them coming in. But yesterday, Burgess decided that he was going to go ahead and commit to North Carolina. And that's who Auburn knew was their competition for him. He's the quarterback from Grayson, Georgia. He's a 3-star guy, but I think he's underrated. I think he's got a little bit higher upside than that. Pretty big kid, so enough that Derek Nix and Ken Austin were in his house a few weeks ago on a visit. So now he's supposed to have this official visit next week. Probably doesn't show up now.
Well, still may. Just because you commit doesn't mean that you have to hold up to that commitment. North Carolina, though, I like player evaluation when you're looking at what Belichick is picking as potentially his quarterback.
And his fiance.
Well, his fiance, but I don't trust his fiance's opinion of quarterbacks as much as I do his. And if he's picking him, then
right.
He's a 3-star.
He's a 3-star guy.
Something's off there.
Yeah, it's not. All right, so I'm going somewhere with this. We got Landon Duckworth coming in from Jackson. You and I both really like that kid. He demolished everybody last year. Good luck, by the way, to everybody this year trying to beat Jackson. Just returning a 3-headed monster. And basically, you don't see teams anywhere with 3 of the top 10 in any state. Well, they've got 3 of the top 10. They got 30% of the top 10 prospects here in the state of Alabama on this team. And, they beat a Cherokee County team that had lost 1 game last year, and they beat them like they just started playing football the week before.
St. Michael's really the only team that hung in there, and that was
Saraland
just
beat them. But, I heard some explanation about that Saraland team is that was the first game of the year. Saraland jumped out to a big lead, and Jackson was a little nervous. But once they got in the flow of the game and figured out, hey, they ain't even better than us, I think from midway of the second quarter on, Jackson beat them.
And that was a good Saraland team. You and I had the chance to go down.
Unbelievable Saraland.
Offensively, that was a really good Saraland team.
Absolutely. They had one of the best quarterback prospects in the state last year.
The kid at running back's the one that killed us.
Killed us. Yeah. So
he was out of practice early.
Well, but
Sedarian was too for us. On the offensive side, he had a huge.
That's Spanish forward.
Spanish forward.
But Saraland had one of the best quarterbacks in the state last year.
That's right.
That ended up going to Texas. So, but still,
Not bad.
No, both of those teams down at Spanish Fort now, yeah, that's a whole nother story. We hate going down there. If Benjamin Russell, not anything else, but Benjamin Russell, a nightmare going down to Spanish Fort. They never worked out well for us down there. But anyway, we'll come back. We'll talk some more about some of these prospects that'll be coming in next weekend for Auburn. Another big list coming in. Stay tuned. More to come right after this.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensigreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensigreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, CAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering, or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event. Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz halfway through our program here, brought to you by Russell Do It Center and Building Supply Stores, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, another one of our proud partners here for any type of excavation, construction needs. No job is too big or too small, commercial or residential. They'll come out and do the site prep for you and get you taken care of. So glad to have J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation been on with us for about 3+ years now.
Very busy. Everywhere I go, I see a truck out there and working, and a lot of development going on in the Lake Martin region with them too. So give them a call.
Yeah, just can't thank them enough. And then we'll talk about Sensa Green here in the next break. Also, Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine, Randy. It's halfway through our program, and we want to push out talking about Memorial Day coming up. The burger box, you can get 6 steak burgers, Conecuh burgers, and a pack of Conecuh sausage for $60, man. I mean, and if you want to double that up, you can get it for $118. That's unbelievable. They got the pre-cooked Boston butt and ribs on sale as well that come with baked beans and potato salad on all of that, depending on what size party that you're feeding, 6 to 8 or 10 to 12. They got the prices there for you. I mean, these prices are unbelievable. I mean, for the quality of meat and what you're getting out of it. So check out Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine there on East Glen and Auburn, and then in Pepper Tree in Montgomery. So we appreciate them also being a big-time partner of ours. All right, going back, your take on Landon Duckworth, the in-state kid, the highest-ranked in-state quarterback this year.
Great size. That's not even up for debate whether he's got the athleticism and the size to play at the next level. A legit 6'3", 6'4", a legit, I don't even know what he's listed, but he's 190 to 200 pounds.
Yeah, he's right at 200.
Great player amongst a bunch of great players over at Jackson High School, and can deliver the football all over the field, has the arm strength to extend the field, carries himself well, is not overly emotional out there playing.
No.
Reminds me a lot of Deuce Knight. Deuce Knight, a little taller.
Yeah, he's tall.
Maybe a little more lively of an arm. But Duckworth maybe a little bigger, like a little bit more. You know, he looks to me like he could be a 6'3", 6'4", 230 guy in college.
He's wiry right now, but they got him officially listed at 195. So,
I think he can he's got the frame to hold another 25 or 30 pounds and be a physical quarterback. Pocket passer.
Right.
Will run, but not necessarily what his MO is. Would love to see him. You know, if you've got to choose between an out-of-state kid and an in-state kid and you can't really decide which one you like the best, would much rather keep the guy at home, keep the in-state guy at home, and Duckworth would be a great get for Auburn.
Yeah, going to be visiting next weekend, and then we'll head up to South Carolina on June the 6th. Florida State on June 13th and Ole Miss on June 20th. So that'll wrap his official visits up. But that's who Auburn will be competing with for his services. I hope he comes in and next week and is really blown away. I mean, that's kind of the theme that you heard from the group this past week, that Auburn really set the bar high for every other visit these kids were going to go on. So, you know, the first battle's getting an official visit from somebody. I don't think you're in the game if you don't get an OV from one of these kids. And then when you get them there, you have to sell your program. And, you know, Jason Caldwell said this past weekend really was a football serious type visit for a lot of these kids. He said on official visits, it's usually about let's go have fun, let's hang out, let's, you know, check things out. He said there was more football conversations and things going on this past weekend with a lot of these visitors than he can ever remember. So now that Travis Burge, you know, we'll see. I haven't seen or heard he's canceled his OV, so he may end up coming on to Auburn. But Travis Burgess obviously felt like, or North Carolina felt like, they needed to put something in front of him before that OV to Auburn.
Well, just speculation on why you may hear and see more football talk going on. It's because you've got to combat 4 straight losing seasons as an Auburn.
Right.
You know, and we keep worrying about it. I know you and I keep talking about it with, you know, kids that we know, and knowing that Auburn's high on a lot of them. And let's just be honest, you know, at a certain point, these top-end kids are going to look and say, are we turning the corner? Do we like the brand of football that's being played? What is the brand of football that Auburn wants to carry in? And offensively, for far too long, I'm not saying that under Hugh Freeze, but for far too long offensively, I haven't had an answer for that. I had no clue what our identity was. I mean, we go get a quarterback that carried these skill sets.
We've even struggled with that under Freeze, too.
Yeah, I think we have, but I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that
he's still
not necessarily the ones that he has chosen that he's got there to work with. But in the day of the transfer portal, maybe that's not a good enough excuse anymore, but that's neither here nor there. So I can understand. I definitely – look, I'm an Auburn guy. You know, I'm orange and blue through and through. But, you know, if you're not, and I'm comparing Georgia and Alabama because the kids that we're after now, they've got those two offers. Auburn's no longer just taking the scraps. I mean, last year, I would say Georgia and Alabama offered a majority of those top 10 guys in the state of Alabama that Auburn got 8 of the 10.
Right.
Wouldn't you? So we're not just taking the scraps, but in order to win those battles, you've got to have a story to tell. And Auburn needs that thing to turn around badly this year, because I think that there's a lot more great days to come if we can just have that one little solid stretch where Auburn's got solid play on the field. I think it'll carry over.
I agree. I think, you know, you build momentum, and winning breeds winning. And sometimes when you can't get over the hump, you find ways to lose instead of ways to win. And we've kind of been in that you know, funk for a while.
And recruits know that.
They do. And again, Auburn been fortunate to continue to recruit at a high level, but all that plays its way out eventually if you don't start getting an ROI, and that's wins on the field. So, all right, up against another break here on the show. Stay tuned. More to come right after this.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We are located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area. Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Couple segments left in the show today, brought to you by Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply Stores, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, and Sensagreen. For air that's cool and clean, call on Sensagreen. Appreciate our buddy Wade and everybody over at Sensagreen. Wade will be on with me tomorrow, so looking forward to having Uncle T up here with us. He's always fun to have on the show, brings a unique perspective to everything, but we do appreciate Sensagreen very much.
Yeah, we do, and really growing in the Lake Martin area. We got them up on one of our billboards as you enter, and so every time I pass by, I'm hopeful that they're getting a lot of new business in the area, and I really think that they are, and Wade's an outstanding marketing lead for them, and it's not just our program, Brett. If there is an Auburn show or an Auburn broadcast, Sensagreen sponsoring it, Wade's on it. And
True.
So he is hitting the market running. And
that's what you do, man.
Yep.
I mean, that's pretty positive. You saturate the market with your brand, and you're going to get the return.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just how it goes. So we appreciate them very much. All right, another very big-time group of visitors coming in this coming up week. Not this coming weekend, in 2 weeks. 3 guys that are already committed to Auburn will be in on that visit. Hezekiah Harris from Mae Jemison in Huntsville area, really one of the top edge rushers in the country, 6'5", 220 pounds. This is the season of edge. Really the season of edge rushers. I've never seen such a group of great edge rushers. You know, we had Tank Jones in last weekend. You're going to also have coming in with Hezekiah Harris, Jaquez Wilkes. We were over there in Wadley a couple weeks ago. He's one of the top edge rushers in the country. Really, really, really good player at Wadley High School. Helped them win a state championship last year.
Great size, Brett.
6'4", probably 220 to 25 pounds right now. I mean, 1A football, you run the football back there. He looked at me and said, man, he said, you know, he just not being challenged. I mean, and you go watch the interview. It's on our YouTube channel. And it's not a cut. He's just being honest. He says, you know, most of these guys don't want to tackle me. And he said, I'm going to get the ball a bunch, and I'm going to run it. And he said, on defense, I'm going to play middle linebacker here because, you know, if I line up on one side of the field or the other, they're going to run away from me. And, of course you are. I mean, when you're one of the top players in the country. And so, you know, he's looking for a challenge. He's looking, you know, and he understands that going to the next level, he's going to be playing more than likely in the SEC. Mm-hmm. And so he's looking to get better. I mean, all these kids yearn for competition. He says, look, I want to go up against, you know, top offensive linemen, and I want to be able to play my position. I want to be able to see. So we'll see how all that works out for him this year at Wadley. They've got a coach coaching change coming up. You know, their coach left to go to Beauregard, so they haven't even hired a coach, to my knowledge, yet to fill that spot. So, you know, there's a lot of unknowns there, but they did win a state title last year. But, you know, it does show you that kids like him and any of these top-ranked recruits, they're not shying away from competition. They want to go face the best and kind of showcase what they can do.
Well, the beauty of the day and age that we live in is there are so many camps, there's so many places to be exposed, to not only expose yourself, but also to be exposed to other great athletes. And if you've got any confidence in yourself at all, and it's like he's been on the circuit. I've seen plenty of videos of him showing off his athleticism. He knows if he can do it or not. And I hope he ends up at Auburn. I really think Auburn's got a great opportunity to close on him. And it's good to hear from you and Faith when you're talking to these kids, your takeaway about if they're grounded, you know, how they're raised. Do they appreciate you coming in? Do they appreciate the exposure? And, you know, I'll say, and I think you probably already said it, I just haven't been on this show with you, is you just love that kid.
Love
a
him, man.
super
Great
kid, yeah. He'll probably be on the boat with Brett a lot.
I hope so.
He's a fisherman.
Jason brought that up yesterday, too. He said, hey, man, he said all he wanted to do with us is, you know, talk about fishing. And he was ready to get out of there so he could go fishing. And I said, well, you know, same thing with me. And he said, I said, after about 20 minutes of me and him going through pictures on my phone, Face like, well, I kind of really need to get back to this interview over here and finish up while we came up here. But that is him. I mean, he just, you know, he cares about, you know, his family. He cares about doing well in school. He wants to play football at the highest level, and he wants to go fishing. That's what Jaquez Wilkes wants to do. And just very, very nice. And enjoy going and sitting down. Again, we're going to continue to go around the state, sit down with the rest of the top 10 prospects here in the state of Alabama, trying to get Vodney Cleveland hammered down for next week up at Parker High School. It'll be one of the top defensive linemen coming back in the country. One of the top players, obviously, in the state of Alabama, was teammates with Jordan Crawford, now that's at Auburn. And, you know, again, a priority. He was in last weekend here on an official visit along with a lot of these other big-time defensive recruits. So we'll go catch up with him and see kind of what he has to say going into his senior year. To another player that's just won a state championship like Jaquez Wilkes, and going into their senior year, what that looks like for them.
Well, big player. You know, he can carry a lot more weight. And kind of a Marlon Davidson type of player. Is that a good example for you?
Yeah.
Can go down inside, I think, if needed, but can play the edge with athleticism. And so, gosh, those people are so valuable, Brett, when you can play both. When you can go down inside with a four-man front and you can still be disruptive enough and physical enough to not get it run right at you, but you can also go on the edge and you can cause problems with your athleticism out there too. Those people make a lot of money.
There's no question about it.
Those are the ones that normally make their way into the NFL and have really good careers.
Very explosive off the snap. All right, up against the final break of the show. Stay tuned. One final segment right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sense Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sense Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carry or cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sense Green.
SignSource is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Buying a home or property can be the biggest investment of your life. The Wisdom Firm is licensed to close any property purchase in the entire state of Alabama. The offices on both Bent Creek Drive in Auburn and Highway 49 South at beautiful Lake Martin. The Wisdom Firm has you covered. Give Travis and his team a call at 334-826-0722 or check them out at www.auburnlegal.com for all your real estate closing needs. No representation is made that the quality of legal services is greater than the quality of legal services made by other attorneys.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Better buildings,
better prices,
better buildings of Columbus.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, TAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com. Welcome back, everyone. Final segment here on the Auburn Blitz. Eric Snow, a solo home run in the 5th inning, now has Auburn closer, and that's 3-1 still. So 2 home runs in this game, one by Texas A&M. They had guys on base, and we didn't. So that's the difference in the game right now. 3-1, really kind of a pitching duel. I don't know if Cam Tilley is still in the ball game for Auburn pitching, but one bad pitch is all it takes sometimes against teams like this.
Well, and when you've struggled like Texas A&M, it tells you a couple of things without even looking at the stats. The bullpen, when we have struggled, has been very subpar for Auburn over the last 6 to 8 years when we've had bad teams. It's because a lot of times when we went to the bullpen, they couldn't sustain leads. And in the SEC, let's hope that that's the case. Let's hope we're getting deep into that pitch count and got chances there in Hoover to get the ball out of the park.
Definitely.
And we need to. But glad to see that we gave up that 3-run homer and we just kind of righted the ship and have pitched it well since and kept them at bay. Lots of chances left.
Yeah. Going into the bottom of the 6th, you got 4 more opportunities to try to get on top. So see if they can come back there. If they don't, they'll come back to Auburn and await the the seeds, and then regional host who will be coming to Auburn for that regional, and that'll be fun too. Never been to a regional tournament. It's great. It's an opportunity to get out and watch some really, really good baseball. So Butch Thompson doing a really good job and getting Auburn back. 38 wins so far on the season. Hope they got several more under their belt coming up. Let's talk a little bit about basketball to close things out. Tahad Pettiford fastly approaching the deadline to make a decision on what he's going to do. May 28th, got to have a decision one way or the other. So sitting here on May 22nd, not very many days left. And do we hear from him before that date? Does he carry it all the way out? We'll have to see. I would say his combine experience has been decent. He had one really, really good scrimmage. He had 23 points. Then he came back and had one where he only had 10 and didn't shoot it very well and turned it over 6 times. And, regardless, I think he's a second-round type pick. I think that's where he's going to grade out, which means I think he'll come back to Auburn and be one of the top college players in the country next year.
Well, I would guess, now this is just me, but being a true point guard, how many teams really need a true point guard?
That's true.
So when you play a wing, when you play in the post, unless you're just a true 5, and those are few and far between. But if you play a 2-3 or a 4, you can move around. You're not necessarily looking for that one thing. So, maybe a handful of teams out there that would possibly take a point guard, a true point guard in the first round. And is he the best option? Is his youth going to be up for debate? We'll see. I of course, I hope he's back at Auburn. I think he can get better and he can become a lottery pick that's a no-brainer. But there were moments this year where I knew the athleticism and he was probably our most talented player. I think I knew that. But there were times where he didn't show. That didn't show up, and that may be the case next year.
Right.
But I think he's got a chance to be a special player at Auburn next year, whereas this year, what did he average? 10.5, 11 points a game? He's going to have every opportunity in the world to average 17 to 20.
Yeah. I was going to say
next year.
Minimum 14, somewhere around in there. But, again, maybe the biggest key to this Auburn team, it would be the only player returning from this past year's Final Four team. So, but he's that important piece because the point guard is the quarterback. He'll be one of the best, if not the best, point guard coming back in the country. If you're a high second-round projected pick in the NBA draft, then there ain't many left that's going to be in college that's going to be ahead of you. So he'll be one of the top, if not the top point guard in the country. And then what Auburn's been able to do, and Coach Pearl adding players out of the portal, really, really quality players. It's going to be a different-looking team. Coach Pearl a couple of weeks ago talked to us about that at the event down in Montgomery, the Jimmy Rain Scholarship Foundation banquet. And in the press room, he said, we're going to be one of the hardest teams to predict next year because everybody's new. But we're not going to be the only one. There's going to be a lot of teams out there that have a completely different look. Alabama's going to be a team that's going to have a completely different look. Florida, they're going to have a completely different look. They just got Boogie Flan to transfer from Arkansas. So they're going to be another very tough opponent and defending national champs. And, Todd Golden isn't going anywhere. Yeah. And so, just this league, so what you want to.
Well, just be glad that you're in the mix, and you're better than in the mix. You're hanging banners.
I was going to say, you're
like once a year. Yeah, once a year, it may be a tournament here or a regular season there, and a Final Four there. We're constantly hanging banners and considered one of the best. And I think we've got. I wouldn't trade our coach for anybody.
Oh no, it's the same with Butch Thompson. I think, you might say there's a guy or two that you'd say, but he loves Auburn, fits Auburn, recruits great, puts great products on the field, and you just got to keep putting yourself in the position to get over the hump. And again, hopefully Auburn can do that in postseason. And heading into the bottom of the sixth right now, Auburn's trailing Texas A&M 3-1. Maybe they can get this thing turned around so they can move on to tomorrow with another date against LSU, a team they swept earlier in the year, and the team that happens to be number one in the country right now. So, all right, it's going to wrap it up for the Auburn Blitz. Thanks to everybody that tunes in each and every day. We appreciate it so much. We'll be back with you same time, same place tomorrow. For Randy, I'm Brett saying we've enjoyed it. We'll be out. See you next time.